Alright. Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode number 352. We're here reviewing episodes 3 through 6 of Magiranger. No particular arc these ones. It's like the best way to describe these episodes is that basically we have 3 standalones and kind of a part one of a two-parter because 6 leads into 7. And it's mostly put, the plot of these things is Kai having a sort of a sibling interaction with his own siblings. In the case of episode 3, well, a side effect the team finds out about their current base operations, which randomly Mikito, the eldest brother, decides to randomly clean and help find some secrets. And we have like a song where he's supposed to be like behind everybody supporting them, and where Red kind of leads. He doesn't like it very much because he's the older brother. He should be the one giving orders. And the way it's written in this episode is that Kai is more reasonable than he is. The fact that Kai issues much better commands than Mikito does, just because Kai's commands actually make freaking sense. Mikito is all about himself. Kai is basically about, developing himself. And the second plot of this episode is that, we have, like, a guy with a whip. Spooky people. Yes, seriously, that's the plan for this thing. And have people fall into a hole where they're consumed by a giant worm. Yes, that is seriously the plot of this one. I believe it is, right? Because remember, one basically was, yeah, because the whole plot of this one is like, we have this, the monster's one is like a worm. Yeah, and during the course of the fight, when they go giant size, this one has a debut. This one, we have the first few of Magiranger. This is mostly put, while in giant size form, it is the best way to describe this one is that it is, it's a combination of 4 of the 5 mechs forming this dragon, and have Red fly into the damn thing, kill the actual creature. That's kind of what they do here. Yes. That is 100% completely true, the fact that's what they do here with this one. In case you're curious, though, when the heck does the main Megazord show up in this thing? Well, it doesn't show up until like episode 4. Yeah, pretty much in the way we have a troll in the first episode. Second one was a blob. Yeah, it was definitely a worm. And 4 also starts basically a plot thread they're probably going to use in, if I can tell they're using it currently, that they set up their own anonymous, like, calling system in a way, where people draw the letter M on their hand and they'll contact the Magiranger to find stuff for them. And I'm thinking, like, okay, I get Mikito basically is a farmer, and Kai is a high school student. What the heck do the other 3 siblings do? That's a good question. I don't really say anything what they do. So, yeah, and people are disappearing, not being eaten per se. It's due to people being turned to stone by a creature controlled by Veronica. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I remember Biscuit is one of her creatures. The whole thing is like, ooh, let's have it where they turn like people into stone just so the creature can eat it. That's kind of what goes on here per se. And the whole thing with this one also is that Kai gets slapped by his sister, one who's the Magi Blue. Urara, I think it's the pronounced name. Yes, all because he is clumsy. The fact he just cannot basically keep his own, let's say, his, not exactly his own way per se, more like he can't, he basically, he doesn't look at his surroundings and caused a compact that was owned by their mother to be broken. Yep. And of course she fixes it. And she also finds out a way to beat the monster thing. Basically defeated the same way Medusa was defeated. Look in the mirror. Yep, and then of course we also see where this is also the first monster where Warzor basically has to go giant size. Yep. And it's defeated by, well, because of course Kai was doing his damnedest to basically help his own sister. The grand new spell. A combination spell to become Magic King. Yep. Yeah, and it's like when they combine, they're in pots. Yes, the cockpit is them in pots and move around a chessboard. The pots thing is not really mentioned. It's like, oh, we're on a chessboard, and they beat the monsters that way. Okay. In episode 5, this one is the debut of a recurring character, Yuka Yamazaki. Yes, and the fact his sister, Hokara, finds the fact, ooh, he's got a crush. Yeah, he's hanging out with this girl. She thinks, ooh, is that your girlfriend? She's like, no, that's married to my soccer team. But she's like, you like her, don't you? He's like, yes. And he's very shy about it. And the whole episode is basically her following them around and trying to get them to confess. And the monster episode is basically called Mimic, who disguised himself as a taxi to consume creatures. Yep. And at one point, Yuka counters the damn thing, and then having Kai in his Magi Red form save her. And after monster's defeated, at the end of the episode, he tries to confess. She's like, "No, I'm in love with basically the red magician." He's like, "Huh?" And he's like frozen stiff, and he doesn't realize that was actually him. Yeah, but we're not done here just yet. 6 is a very interesting one because 6 starts a brief plot thread that lasts for a good 5 episodes. So Warzor decides to come, like, by the way, the original general of this one, who is, well, Victory General, Brankin, he really wants to go to the surface so badly to do some rampaging. He's like, whoa, let's have basically wars in it. So he goes to like a beachside where he contacts Kai for a battle, and apparently he wanted all 5 siblings. But Kai was able to show up, he fights him for quite a while, At one point, they're fighting near a young boy, which of course, when he shields him, he stops attacking him. He also like, oh, you got some hidden power. Interesting. It's like this episode was basically set up for more stuff explored of the series. Excuse me. And then eventually, like, oh yeah, the Avenger shows up, and then they saw Magiranger, and apparently they're like, oh yeah, they avenged their mother's death. They're like, wow, that was way too easy. And he asks, like, why did you save that? And eventually, when he comes back, and he'll be alive, he's like, why did you stop before? And he reveals, here's a code. The code is he does not attack unarmed opponents. Yeah, this is like revelations about wars over this point. And it's like, okay, but he has no problem killing them. And eventually, of course, they fight once again. And eventually, we have a debut of something really interesting with this episode. We have debut of his own mecha. Yep. And this mecha is called Wokaiser. Of course, it's suspected at this point he might be not a wizard, but a sorcerer. Someone who practices black magic. And of course, he's got his own code, obviously. And then eventually he does something you would not expect a general of the series ever to do. Take away the ability of the Rangers for them to form their Megazord for about a few episodes. I'm like, that's ballsy. They probably took that away, probably because maybe the suit was damaged after the first couple episodes, and they needed time to fix the damn thing. That's my guess what happened here. So, at one point, like, you have him and use that energy to summon, well, Blair, and of course he fights them, and at one point, like, ooh, and basically he wants words, hey, attack him. I got him. He's like, nope, not doing that. And he's like, whatever. And eventually kind of like defeats him, but then he able to come back, and he seems like he and then of course Rick comes back, and he goes back to the world, and War's like, you gonna finish me? No. And he walks off, and then the episode ends with Kai collapsed on the ground. Interesting. It's like this thing is more of developing plot threads, this one. I would say of these 4 episodes, 6 was... Oh yeah, this fireworks go off here. I would say that 3 is mostly put basically a Magic Green episode. That is just him trying... It's him accepting his younger brother being the leader of the team. 4 is a character thing for Kai, where he does. It's all about him not understanding his surroundings, and him breaking something that he shouldn't have, and he. Not going to be very. He said he was going to apologize to her, and he eventually did. And it just proves the fact he loves his siblings, and they formed the Magic King. It's like, okay, we have a new Zord, and then we get kind of more focus on him with the romantic comedy stuff with episode 5. And we have a 6 basically where it sets up a plot thread for a few episodes. They can't fall in the Megazord. Like, I do like some ideas in the plot threads that's up here, but if you could think of this as more like still part of the first arc. Yeah, but that's pretty much that particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit this like button. I might have time to do one video tomorrow because I do have a stream. Because I'm going to Metricon tomorrow. So I might have time to do one video tomorrow. Probably my haul video. That's probably going to be it. I don't think I have time for anything else. If I do, well, it could be anything at best. If somehow I get that video, it's maybe the Magiranger one. Or I can save it for Saturday. Yeah. But it's getting kind of late now, so I'm going to pretty much end it here. So please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit the like button. Okay, next view. Bye.